Hello students, this is Coach Holliday, and today we're going to look at solving multi-step equations again, and we're going to look at two specific types of problems that are a little different than what we've encountered before. But before we jump into that, we need to remember something. The first is what a solution is. Alright, what the definition of a solution is. You need to make sure that you have this in your notes. Remember, a solution is a number that when substituted in an equation in place of a variable makes the equation a true statement. Alright, so if you need to pause this video for just a moment and copy that down, make sure you do and turn it back on when you're ready. Now an example of this would be if I had an equation like 2x equals 10. A solution to this, if I solved it to find the solution by dividing both sides by 2, I'd get 1x equals 5. So 5 is the solution, because when I put 5 in place of the variable, it gives me a true statement. It makes 10 equals 10, and that's a true statement. Okay, so that's what the definition of solution is. It's a number that when substituted into an equation in place of the variable makes that equation a true statement. Now we're going to use that definition of a solution because in this problem that I have for you, it says solution, so we need to know. It says if the order pair x comma negative 2 is a solution to 4x minus y equals 24, what is the value of x? Well, the first thing is we need to look at this parenthesis here. We call this an ordered pair. Remember, an ordered pair goes x and then y. So we know that y is negative 2. So I'm going to put negative 2 into the place of y. I'm going to put x into the place of x. Alright, when I put x in place of x, it doesn't change anything. So here's what I have. I have 4x minus 6, and then I'm going to put my negative 2 in for the y. That's my y, equals 24. Now, negative 6, remember this makes it plus a negative 6, so negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12, and I bring down everything else. And now I have an equation with one variable in it, so I'm going to solve that equation for x, and then that's how I find the value of x. So we'll start out by subtracting 12 from both sides, making my 0 pairs. Remember, that makes 0, and I have 4x remaining on the left and 12 on the right. 24 minus 12 is 12. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and that gives me 1x equals 3. That's 1x equals 3. So I found x. X is 3. I can check it by putting both of the 3 and the negative 2 into the original problem. So I could say 4 times 3 minus 6 times negative 2, and that's going to equal 24. And if I put that in my calculator, I get 12 plus 12, and that does equal 24. And it works out for me. So our solution is 3 to this problem. Our second problem we have tells us if 3x minus 4 equals 32, then what does 4 times x minus 3 equals? Now notice this 4 times x minus 3 does not have an equal in it. So I need to know what x is before I can get an answer to that. If I know what x is, then I can just do the math. Well, if I look back over at this the problem to start with, 3x minus 4 equals 32, since it has an equal, I can solve that. And let's go ahead and solve it. First by making 0 pairs. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. and that gives me 3x, because those are going to zero out, equals 36. Now my last step is to divide both sides by 3, and that's going to give me 1x equals 36 divided by 3 is 12. I can check that by doing 3 times 12 minus 4, and that should give me 32. 3 times 12 is 36, minus 4 is 32. So I know that's right. So there's my solution to this problem. But they asked me, what does this equal? So now I'm going to use that 12, and I'm going to substitute it into x. So I'm going to have 4 times 12 minus 3. I got to do what's inside the parentheses first. So 12 minus 3 will be 9, and 4 times 9 is 36. So there's the answer that I'm looking for in this problem. 36. 4 times x minus 3 equals 36. Okay? Go ahead and complete your WISC for this lesson, and we'll see you in class tomorrow.